Missile Command, originally released in 1980 by Atari, quickly became one of the most iconic arcade games of its era. When it made its way to the Atari 2600, it retained much of the action and excitement that made it so popular in arcades, while also adapting to the limitations of the home console. The goal of Missile Command is clear but challenging. Defend your cities and military installations from an onslaught of enemy missiles. The player controls 3 missile bases, each positioned on the left, center, and right side of the screen. These bases act as launch points for counter-missiles, which are used to intercept and destroy the incoming missiles before they reach the cities. At the start of each game, you are given a limited number of missiles per base, and once these are depleted, you can no longer defend your cities. Each round consists of waves of incoming enemy missiles, which are launched from the top of the screen. The missiles fall in various patterns, from straightforward vertical trajectories to more complex angled or even zigzag paths. Some waves also include smart bombs, which break apart mid-air and create multiple smaller missiles, adding a layer of unpredictability to the mix. When a missile impacts a city, it's destroyed, and the city disappears from the screen. The city is then replaced with a new one after the next round, but losing a city impacts your score and survival. The more cities you preserve, the higher your score multiplier will be at the end of each level, rewarding players who can balance defense with accuracy and foresight. Given the limitations of the Atari 2600, the graphics are quite basic but effective. The cities are represented by simple blocks, and the incoming missiles are distinguishable from your counter-missiles with small, bright pixels. While the visuals are not impressive by modern standards, they were sufficient for the time and contributed to the game's intensity and focus on the action. The sound effects are minimalist but effective. The whoosh of missiles being launched and the explosive sounds when a missile hits a target add to the thrill. The sound of the cities being destroyed is particularly memorable, creating a sense of urgency and loss. Missile Command's difficulty curve is one of its strengths. The first few levels are relatively easy, allowing you to get the hang of the mechanics. But as the game progresses, the missiles fall faster, and the number of incoming projectiles increases, making it a constant battle of endurance and strategy. It's a game that can quickly turn from relaxing to frantic, making it incredibly satisfying when you're able to defend all your cities. While Missile Command may seem simple in concept, its addictive gameplay and strategic depth made it a standout title on the Atari 2600. Despite the primitive graphics and sound, the game's appeal lies in its compelling gameplay loop, which keeps players coming back for more. It's a brilliant example of how, even with limited hardware, great game design can create a timeless experience. If you're a fan of classic arcade games, Missile Command is an essential part of gaming history that's still as fun today as it was in the early 80s.